Hi guys, let's talk about some of the games Nintendo has announced with their latest Nintendo Direct a few days ago. Let's go through a few I'm really excited about as well as a few that I'm a bit skeptical of. So let's get started. The first game they announced was something that got me really excited. While Mario and Luigi games can be a little bit hit and miss, they're usually pretty good. The original one, which is on Switch Online, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, is definitely worth playing, but we do see that it is continuing. I am interested to see who's developing it since the original developer went out of business. But these games are pretty fun. They're turn-based RPG with an action twist. Whenever an enemy attacks, you gotta time button presses right to dodge them. And whenever you attack, you have to press button combinations in the correct order with the correct time in order to do maximum damage. So they're really fun and actually really challenging JRPGs. And I can't wait for this one. This one's got me more excited than the Super Mario RPG announcement last year. Then a little while later, I heard the words, "This game's going to take you for a ride," and I immediately knew which game it was. It would be Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But wait, it wasn't. It's a whole freaking collection of Marvel games that Capcom worked on. We have X-Men vs. Street Fighter. We have Marvel Superheroes. We have X-Men Children of the Atom. We have X-Men vs. Street Fighter, plus the original Marvel vs. Capcom, and the granddaddy of them all, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is one of the greatest fighting games ever made outside its soundtrack. Yes, it's quoted. Even the Nintendo Direct quoted it, but it's quoted because people are making fun of it. It's really one of the worst soundtracks to a fighting game, but everything else about that game is perfect. And then another game that was announced a while ago, we got some more information on it with some of the challenges and online options. But we have the Nintendo World Championship NES Edition. Right now I'm debating if I want to get the physical edition, which is $30 more this time, but comes with a boatload of NES goodies. I grew up on the NES. Or if I should just get the digital version. But still, some of the games and features they have do have me excited. I am interested to see what type of challenges they have thrown into these NES ROMs. Like I said, I grew up with the NES. I love Super Mario Brothers, love Super Mario Brothers 3. So it'll be interesting to see. So count me kind of optimistic on that one. Then we have, of course, what was the last game announced, although it was the first one I watched because YouTube showed that to me first before it clicked on me that, yeah, Nintendo said there was going to be a Nintendo Direct. But Metroid Prime 4. Basically, the original Metroid Prime is one of the best games of its generation, which is high praise when it comes to the PS2 because, you got games like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy X, Ratchet and Clank. The fact that this game ranks up just as high or if not higher than them says how good Metroid Prime is. And what I'm saying of 4, it looks really, really good. The kind of the updates, it's been about 20 years or so since I think the last Metroid Prime kind of came out, and just seeing the look and the high definition and, seeing this new enemy that Samus encounters at the ending makes me very excited for this game. I think it's worth checking out. And then we went into seeing another Zelda game. We see kind of Ganon holding Zelda, and we see kind of a 2D Link with his hood from Breath of the Wild. He takes it off. He has his heroic garb. It's obviously using the same character designs from Link's Awakening DX. He and Ganon do battles, and then Link kind of gets swallowed by this dark ooze, which up until then I thought, maybe they're doing something with the Oracle series. There was originally a third game in that Oracle series that had to be scrapped due to limitations. Maybe they're bringing that back and using unused concepts, but nope. Instead, this game is going to feature around Zelda. And basically, they're going to make this a bit more puzzle-oriented than 2D Zelda, because she's not going to have a sword and isn't going to really be able to fight. Rather, she's going to clone stuff, including items and enemies, and you'll be able to do that to solve puzzles. I'm more a little bit cautiously optimistic about this one. mainly because I don't know how well that rod element's going to be. A lot of people are turned off with the art style, and my thought is they're just reusing assets from Link's Awakening DX. That's why it looks that way. But I am kind of excited to see. I'm going to be keeping an eye on this, and unless I hear it turns out to be disappointing, which, there's only been one Zelda game that's actually disappointed me, and that was Phantom Hourglass. I'm kind of actually excited for this one, so we'll have to see. I'm going to definitely check out reviews, though, on that one. Then we have Ace Attorney Miles Edgeworth. Now, I played the original game on the DS, and it's an interesting game. What this is, Phoenix Wright, follows Sherlock Holmes kind of style. He falls off a waterfall, solves a case, and then, shows up again 7 years later. But the Miles Edgeworth series takes place between those 7-year time gaps. And it basically follows Miles Edgeworth on these misadventures as he stumbles upon a crime and has to solve them as a prosecutor. That said, you never really go into a courtroom like Phoenix, right? Rather, you kind of solve them on the spot and then have Gumshoe arrest them. But there's also his little assistant that brings around this holographic device that can kind of give an AI impersonation of what probably happened in the past that you can go on to get data and collect evidence. They're fun puzzle games, and the story's pretty good. And again, I played the first one. The reason why I haven't played the second one is that's the only Ace Attorney game that never released in the United States until now. That should get a lot of people who are a fan of Phoenix Wright excited. And then finally on my, I'm definitely going to purchase this at some point, whether it's right away or not, there's Dragon Quest III. Now, I own 2 copies of Dragon Quest III already. Got it for the Game Boy Color, got it for the Switch. It's a good game. It's not perfect. It has some flaws, mainly trying to figure out the cast system and the amount you have to grind is going to turn off some players. However, I'm just loving the new look, this 2D HD look, some of the extra animations. They're probably going to include some of the cutscenes that I think started with the Super Famicom, made it to the Game Boy Color, got cut from the Switch and mobile version, so I'm hoping they're there. I'm seeing a lot of animation with the attack and style. It's just, I love this game. I do believe it comes out a week after Mario and Luigi, so that's going to be a tough choice. However, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 with the same visuals are coming next year. So as long as this game isn't overpriced, if Square Enix says this is a $20 or $30 game, I would believe I would pay for that. If they say it's $60 or $70, I might wait for it to go on a Steam sale in a few years. That's just my thought about it. Remember, I do own this game for the Switch already. Granted, it's a bit more of a bare-bone presentation to say the least. Alright, now let's move on to the 2 games that I saw that I'm going to check out the reviews. If I don't like what I see, if I do buy them, it's going to be because they hit Steam for $1.99 for one of them. The other one's a Nintendo-made property, but, I'd buy it on a voucher or buy it used from somebody for a super deep discount if what I see isn't good. And the first one is Mario Party. Now, I love a good Mario Party game. The problem is ever since Hudson Software went out of business and Konami bought them up, Mario Party's kind of been made internally by Nintendo, and they've been a mixed bag with some of them being kind of god-awful. They did release the Classic Pack a couple of years ago. I think it was called Mario Party Superstars, which, other than the fact that it definitely needs DLC, was a pretty good game. I'm a little anxious to see what they're doing here. What they have looks fun, but it's going to be check the reviews to see if this is something I want to get into, especially at $60 price tag, because Nintendo will never discount it. Finally, the last one, I'm kind of curious about this one. Now, if I was in Vegas and I was a betting man, I'm going to say this game's probably going to be 99% crap. However, I am kind of interested in this Funko Pop game just because I love Back to the Future. I love He-Man and the Masters of the Universe and some of these other movies crossovers they show, and I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to do with them. Again, I'm going to check out reviews, and if I'm seeing scores of 3, 4, 5, and 6s, this is going on a Steam wish list, and I ain't picking it up for 5 or 6 years until I pick it up for like $2 on a Steam sale. But if it does turn out good, I might pick it up this year. It does look like it's an interesting idea. Anyways, this is Tommy the Game Master, thanking you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Meanwhile, I'm going to have to go console my wallet for the abuse it's about to take, as well as update my free time what this winter is going to look like. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye!